The clock is ticking. Not for the race, not for the championship, but for the body of a champion who refuses to slow down. Marc Marquez is back on the bike, but not fully back in control. Ahead of Jerez, the Spanish icon is locked in a different kind of battle. Not against rivals, not against lap times, but against pain, limitation, and the invisible weight of expectation. After the crash in Austin, the damage was immediate. A hematoma in the right arm. Not a fracture, not a headline-grabbing injury, but something more dangerous in MotoGP terms. A silent limiter. The kind that steals strength under braking. The kind that fades endurance over race distance. The kind that turns aggression into hesitation. And for a rider like Marquez, hesitation is everything. All about braking, all about control, all about confidence. Seen back at Motorland Aragon, riding a Ducati Panigale V2 on a karting circuit, Marquez wasn't chasing lap records. He was chasing feeling, rebuilding connection, relearning the edge. Because in MotoGP, feeling is everything, and once it's gone, even slightly, the entire system collapses. The early season tells a brutal story. 3 rounds, a 36-point deficit, a championship already slipping out of reach. At the top stands Marco Bezzecchi, consistent, aggressive, and increasingly confident. Behind him, a field that's tighter, faster, and more ruthless than ever. And Marquez? One sprint victory in Portimao, flashes of brilliance, moments of the old fire, but no consistency, no rhythm, no control across a full weekend. Not dominance, not stability, not enough. Even he admits it. Adaptation, early lapse, physical condition, everything is slightly off, slightly delayed, slightly incomplete. And in MotoGP, slightly is the difference between victory and invisibility. Jerez now stands as more than just another race. It's a checkpoint, a test, a potential turning point. A circuit that suits his style. Flowing corners, rhythm-based riding. A place where instinct can take over when the body hesitates. But instinct alone won't save him, because this isn't the Marquez of 2019. This is a rider shaped by scars, defined by recovery, forced to think where he once only attacked. Not reckless, not blind, not unstoppable anymore. Calculated, controlled, careful. That's the evolution, and maybe the limitation. He knows it. He says it openly. The lesson from 2020 still burns deep. Push too early, return too soon, pay the price for years. So now he waits, he measures, he manages. But MotoGP doesn't wait. While he rebuilds, others rise. Aprilia Racing continues to surge, their bike sharper, more stable, more complete, their riders aggressive and fearless. The gap is closing, fast. And the pressure? It's constant. From the standings, from the paddock, from himself. Because Marquez doesn't race to participate. He races to dominate. All about winning, all about legacy, all about proving he's still that guy. And Jerez will ask the hardest question yet. Is he still that guy? Or now is something different, something smarter, slower, more human? He says he's still hungry, still pushing, still chasing improvement. But hunger alone doesn't win races. Not in this era, not against this grid. What he needs is alignment. Body, bike, mind, all working as one. Right now, they're still catching up to each other, and yet there's something dangerous about a Marquez under pressure, because history has shown one thing. When he's doubted, he responds. When he's limited, he adapts. When he's written off, he fights back harder than anyone. Not finished, not fading, not forgotten, just waiting, just building, just coming. Jerez won't decide the championship, but it might decide the story. Comeback or collapse. The world is watching, and once again, all eyes are on number 93. The road to Jerez is never simple, not for anyone, and certainly not for Marc Marquez, because this isn't just another race weekend. This is a checkpoint, a confrontation, a moment where pain meets expectation, and where doubt collides with legacy. He arrives not as the untouchable dominator of the past, but as a wounded contender trying to rebuild rhythm, piece by piece, lap by lap. Every movement matters now. Every lap carries weight. Every braking zone is a question mark. The right arm, still not fully free, still not fully trusted, becomes the center of everything. In MotoGP, fractions decide outcomes, and when your body hesitates, even for a split second, the stopwatch punishes you without mercy. No excuses, no delays, no forgiveness. Jerez, however, is not just any circuit. It's a stage where Marc Marquez has written chapters of brilliance before. Flowing corners, rhythm sections, braking zones that reward instinct. This is where confidence can be reborn or completely shattered. For a rider chasing feeling, chasing connection, chasing control, this track offers both hope and danger in equal measure. All about timing, all about touch, all about trust. But the battlefield has changed. Marco Bezzecchi stands ahead in the standings, not just as a rival, but as a symbol of the shifting order. Fast, consistent, relentless. The gap, 36 points, doesn't just represent numbers, it represents momentum. And momentum in MotoGP is everything. Once it slips, it's brutally hard to take back. Behind the scenes, Ducati watches closely. The engineers, the data analysts, the silent observers of every throttle input and braking trace. They know the potential is there. They've seen it, but potential without execution means nothing in a championship this tight, especially when the grid is closing in from all directions. All about pressure, all about precision, all about performance. Then there's the mental war, because injuries don't just affect the body, they reshape the mind. Every crash leaves a trace, every impact leaves a memory, and in a sport where commitment must be absolute, even a shadow of hesitation can cost everything. Marc Marquez knows this better than anyone. Yet that same mind is also his greatest weapon, the ability to adapt, to recalculate, to evolve. This isn't the reckless young rider anymore. This is a version shaped by scars, refined by setbacks, and driven by something deeper than just winning. Not about speed, about survival, about evolution. The start will be crucial, always has been, but now more than ever, the first lap, the first breaking point, the first real test of whether the body responds the way the mind demands. If he hesitates, even slightly, the pack will swallow him. If he commits, fully, completely, without fear, then the old fire might just return. And if that fire returns, even for a moment, the entire grid will feel it. Because when Marc Marquez finds his rhythm, everything changes. All about instinct, all about aggression, all about control. But make no mistake, this is not a guaranteed comeback story. MotoGP doesn't care about narratives. It doesn't reward effort. It rewards results. Cold, brutal, absolute. And right now, the results haven't matched the expectation. Still, Jerez offers something no data sheet can measure: belief. Belief that one corner can change everything. Belief that one